What's up? Chris and Jay, what are you doing? What's up, Trisha? All right, guys. So, today's episode of This Old Boat is episode 6. I've been working. You guys haven't seen what I've been doing, but I'm going to show you right now. You guys ready for this? Okay, so I got started as soon as I got home. I had 10,000 things to do, right? I didn't want you guys to feel like you were being, it's just hard to do. So, here you go, guys. Wiring harness. I went ahead and installed all the wiring harnesses, went ahead and installed all the quick connects, got everything hooked up, guys. Oh, this is going to be awesome. So that's all set. We don't even need to deal with any of that anymore. The next thing we're going to do right now, guys, we're going to get that. I showed you the wiring harness, so that's done. I wasn't going to, it just got so boring, dude. It got so boring. Nothing's in its final place right now, but I wanted to do this before we get started. Here, this is for you guys. Hey, what's up, Rocky? Hey, watch. I want to show you guys this because I know somebody's going to talk trash and be like, you checked off troll mount without that bolt. Guess what I did today? Can you guys hear me when I walk away? Hold on, let's do the test. Can you guys still hear me now? Let me walk away over here. All right, you got to wait. Okay, I have to walk away. I got the lav on, so I want to make sure. Guys, we might be fishing at 4. Like, that's the goal. The goal is fishing at 4. I got the battery tenders on right now. I'm double tapping, checking, making sure all the batteries are topped off. I spent a bunch of money today, probably way more than I should have. Yes, they can hear me. Ah, thanks, Trisha. All right, guys, today we have the transducer and the final bolt on the ram mount. The one from yesterday that everybody was like, oh, he's never going to go get that bolt, man. That thing's never going to happen. Oh, it's happening. It's happening right now. As we're speaking, I am looking for the washer. And this bad boy's going on. And we're done. All right, let me move this old boat. I keep touching it. I just ruined the engine on this old boat picture. All right, where did that washer go now? You know, there it is. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. We got washer and we got transducer today, and we're done. Wiring harness is done. This washer is just so, for those of you that were watching yesterday, we couldn't get this last washer on because I dropped it. Because you have to do this magic hand thing. Can you guys see it? What are you guys looking at? Oh, yeah, you can definitely see what's going on up there. No, you can't. All right, let's get this last bolt on here. This last washer, this last bolt, because this is going to be talked about for years to come if we don't get this thing on. It's going to be like, oh, well, you didn't really finish it, man. Hey, man, you're a fibber. You said you finished that. You checked it off the list, and you didn't finish it. All right, well, guess what? Oh, don't drop it, because you only bought one, and you knew to buy 2. Come on. Oh, yeah. All right, so now it's official, Skrilla. This episode, so that right there was for Skrilla from yesterday because he was like, "You didn't finish it, man. You're still missing a bolt, dude. That's not. You can't check that off." It's official. That is done. All right, you guys. Next thing, we got to mount this trolling motor. I'm gonna switch you guys to the other tripod real quick. So hold on, because you guys got to be able to see what I'm doing. Trolling motor mounted transducer, boys and girls. This should be pretty exciting. Not really. No, I'm excited, man. We got a couple. There's just a couple of things I want to show you guys on how to do this that you really just need to be careful of, because if you don't pay attention, the people on the internet will come after you. No, I'm just kidding. That's the way it feels, though, because There it is. Brutal. All right, let me swap you guys up real quick. Boop. 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 Hey, what's up, David? Hey, man, we just looked over the wiring harness. I got the charger on there. So you got to go, you got to give me a second. I got that thing over there charging. I got to get this thing on here. And then I'll fix you guys this way. There, now we're straight again. Okay, guys, today we're mounting the transducer. We're mounting this on here. This is going to be a lot of fun. No, not really. Am I nervous? Dude, sweating bullets. You understand what I'm saying? This is nerve wracking. But what I want to show you guys, and the most important thing that I've seen everybody talk about when they're doing this, when they're mounting their transducer, is keeping it straight. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So there's a center line right here, right? And this center line has to split that transducer. Now, you don't want your transducer too far forward on this cone that it's going to hit up here in the event that you have to use it. Like if you end up running aground, you definitely don't want your transducer up there. You also, well, let's see. I mean, dude, that could be it right there, boys. And then bring this right straight up the shaft. But what I'm looking at is I'm looking at this little angle right here. See how this thing's kind of got a little angle? That's the same angle that your transducer has to have, okay? Because if it doesn't have the same angle, then every time you put your trolling motor down, your transducer's never going to be straight. It'll never be straight, not in a million years. Let me see if this thing even mounts to this side. Let's change up the... I don't think I need that giant one. Hold on, you guys. That's going to be way overkill. There's going to be stuff sticking off in every direction. Hold on. Let me find the box for that thing because it's got the other clamp in it. Yeah, dude, pretty excited, guys. We could end up out on the water today testing new toys. I already tested the electrical system and everything. I did all that without you guys hanging out, and I'll tell you why. I get a little heated sometimes. Like I will get emotional, and when I'm pulling wires and dealing with wires. Oh, by the way, the wires from yesterday fit perfect. There was no issue with the length of those wires, dude. I just needed to put the fuse block in, and that I had it length tested to the fuse block and stuff. So without the fuse block being where it was supposed to be located, it wasn't going to happen. That's not going to work. That's going to make me real nervous. Let me see. I mean, because this would be ideal to use the smallest one you got, but you definitely don't just want like 2 teeth on it. You know what I mean? That's never a good idea. Let me just see. No, I'm no, just no. Nope, not worth it. So if I mount this thing, I could probably take like inches off of this thing though. Right. Hold on, guys. I gotta cut this thing. Give me 1 second. I mean, I like it long, it's whatever. More than likely, if I cut it here, she'll fit just fine. So let me go get my shears. Let me cut this thing. I think it'd probably just be smarter just to cut it, honestly. I don't think it's worth trying to just keep torquing it down and then we'll fold it up. No, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to go ahead and just get the tin snips and just cut it. And then I know there won't be all that residual hanging off on the top. Or excess, not residual, excess. Residual means it had it been there. Well, I guess technically that's the same thing though, right? All right. As long as you leave, oh, I almost hurt myself there. the trolling motor and stuff that I got's like one size too big. So like as long as you leave yourself a good starting point here, you can just take yourself a nice fit of metal shears and that's done. So if you ever have excess on these things, take it from a guy who used a lot of these things. Just cut it. Just cut it. It's not even worth your time. Now, another thing, guys, when you install this, make sure you install it in a position where you're comfortable with checking the tightness of this. If you install it on the other side, what you're gonna find, see, I don't know if I like that at all. Let's get an eye here. Yeah, let's put it back here. I just think that's gonna be a lot. I don't like that, the way that cord runs up. All right, let's get it started. Let's get the old screwdriver air. Yeah, I'm excited, guys. You got to see the wiring harness. Like I said, I was going to show you guys the wiring harness like in full detail, but it was like my nerves, you know what I'm saying? I start to get a little stressed out when I start doing stuff like that. And the last thing I wanted to do is like have you guys watching me and I'm like flipping, you know what I mean? I'm in on mission, just losing my mind. Okay, now I'm not putting this on here tight, okay? Not yet. This right here is just getting a little love on it just so we can adjust position because that's got to be centered there. So as it gets a little bit tighter and a little bit tighter, guys, we'll make another adjustment. We want this thing right down the center of that thing. Now, we're not tightening this thing down with a ratchet. You understand what I'm saying? We're not tightening this thing down to hurt anybody's feelings. We're just tightening it down enough to where it doesn't move. And I will tell you, boys and girls, she is not moving. All right, we have officially pulled the plastic off of the trolling motor. That is centered and it is not making contact with the cradle. That's very important. I see I've got a little excess. We're going to let this slide for right now because we're still in test phase. What we really need to do is run these zip cords. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking like, why is this motor so high? Why is this trailer motor so long? Yeah, listen, I'm going to shorten it, okay? But wait till I get this thing tested. And now, when I'm running this line, I'm going to show you guys something. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Okay, so we remember I put the trolling motor line. It's running inside of here, okay? So the first thing we want to do, we want to get a zip tie up here. We want to get a zip tie as close to this as we can. Now, we're not just going to use any old zip ties, and we're not just going to slop this together, okay? We've got a professional zip tie gun that's going to cinch these things and crimp them. Let's just get a couple on there for holders. Now, you'll notice I'm positioning this thing on the top of the shaft because that's going to always be there. Every time this thing cradles, that's where it's going to cradle. Oh, yeah, I like that. Look how clean that is, boys and girls. This is installation gone right here. The zip tie tool just makes it that much cleaner, gives it a nice professional install look as opposed to my standard. We'll put another one, a couple more on there. I don't know how many it's supposed to have, but I'll tell you, like, as much as this thing costs, I'm putting several $100 worth of zip ties on it. There we go. Oh, that's junk. And down here, anywhere where this thing could possibly get near the trolling motor, that's another, make sure you got a zip tie area. Again, I don't know if this is like overkill. I really don't care. Because in the end, it's me that, you know, I bought it. I have to deal with it. So whatever I decide to do right now, I'll tell you what I decided to do here, guys. I'll tell you. Here's what I decided to do. These things will move a little bit, so I'm okay with that. I decided just to loop this thing up because there's really no cable management system here. I'm thinking I'm just gonna take this thing from here right straight down the cord over here. Here, I'll show you. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna run this thing right straight down the cord and all the way down the unit. So let's take a look at what that looks like. She's good right there. Maybe putting one up here and then running it right down the trolling motor cord is what my plan is. I think that's probably the best idea I could have had. Set that. Oh, don't set it on the transducer though. Because the trolling motor head doesn't move, the shaft does inside there. So it's not like I'm hindering anything. I'm leaving myself a bit of winding there just in case. All right. Here's my zip tie gun. There it is. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's get this cord run down a little bit here. Now this isn't going to be perfectly tight. This is going to give me the ability to adjust this thing whenever I want to. And I think that's important at this point because I got a little bit left in the cord. There might be a change or two here along the line somewhere, I'm sure. And when that occurs, I want to have everything in a position that I can just take it off, you know, take the zip tie off, move it, take this off, move it, you know, really not have to, I'm making it permanent, usably permanent. Like if anybody understands what I mean by that. Usably permanent. Not forever, but just for now. Not forever, just for now. I'll put another one down here. Some professional installation, huh, you guys? We're going to be on the lake here shortly. Like I said, I'm just letting the batteries charge a little bit and the dog go to the bathroom. So once, you know, he already went to the bathroom. Not too tight, guys. We're not trying to, like, crimp this stuff on there for, like, permanent because we don't know what the end result of this whole thing's going to be just yet. Not yet. Right now, it was all about just getting it all in here. And really taking a look at what we've got. Guys, we're going to be able to power this thing up here in a second. And this is going to be sick. All right, extra transducer wire. I can just pull right back through the hole in the hub. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so much happier with how this thing turned out. I put a lot of effort and a lot of thought into this thing, guys. I really, really did. We put the plug on, but we didn't make the hole. We didn't make the hole today, and I'm going to tell you why. For those of you like, oh, you didn't finish it, you didn't make the hole. I'm just kidding. I know you guys aren't like that. I didn't make the hole because I didn't get the saw piece. I had to get home. I had to get this stuff started. I had 10,000 things that had to get done. Guys, that is official. We're all set. Okay, I'm comfortable with every bit of this. I really, really am. I think I'm going to call that squared up. Um, I don't see anything that I'm really nervous about in any way, shape, or form. I'm pretty confident in my ability to connect things. Guys, we are minutes. You hear me? Minutes from going out on the boat. For those of you that want to go hang out, like we're at that point. Zip tie tools are cool. For those of you that want to have one of those, get yourself one. They're pretty neat. It really helps to cinch the zip ties down. We ran, oh, I can't even tell you how much wire. What's that say? Hold on, I gotta check. Pull my Silverado. Hold on, hold on. Golf course shop. Oh boy. Oh boy, you guys know how to party too. Yeah, we spent a lot of money in wire, guys. We have wire for days. Like I can't wait to really do a video here and show you guys what's up. My buddy James came over. Who's that? Nicely executed, bro. Gonna like that trolling motor. I got the transducer and the one in spot lock. Yet the frame. Oh no way! Hold on. What does it say? Spot lock and frame the same motor is a little bigger. Yeah, no, I got the bigger. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, I didn't get the electronic one with spot lock. I got too much interference in this old boat. Can you show the zip tie thing again? Yeah, Skrilla. So check this out, man. I know that's a crazy thing to say. Like, hey, man, how does that zip tie thing work? All right, let's find something to zip tie. Okay, you guys ready? We're gonna do it together. Oh, let me get comfortable. Let me sit on the boat. All right, here we go. Those of you guys that have never seen a zip tie tool, okay, zip tie tool. Check this out. It's got teeth right here, okay? And as I squeeze, see how it moves those teeth? All right, here we go. So when I set a zip tie, let's say I'm setting my zip tie around this thing right here, right? I start my zip tie, okay? But it's never really tight enough. You know what I mean? No matter how much you try, you can never, like, you can pull, jingle, jingle, right? Well, you notice that the one inside has got the grooves. And remember, this thing's got the grooves on one side. You put them together. All right. See right there? Grooves to grooves. You give it a little pull and you keep clinking on it until it doesn't clink anymore. And then when you give it a full pull, it snips it. Guys, that zip tie is salad. Like that thing's on there. And it's nice and clean. Look, there's no sharp edge there to get caught on anything. That's the key. Harbor Freight Storehouse zip tie tool for standard and extra large strong zip ties. These things work great if you're an AC guy or anything like that. Get the big one. Trust me, you won't regret it. That's the only way to pull zip ties. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, no problem, Skrilla. Like I like silly stuff like that, man. I like silly stuff, and it makes a difference. Trust me, when you're doing this stuff. Like I've been zip tying for the last hour and a half, and I'm just zip cranking zip ties down. You know that was a lot of fun, but it was a lot easier with a zip tie gun. Guys, we did a power test earlier. Everything works. Like I'm really, really, really stoked. They're hand killers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, John. They're not just hand killers, bud. Like I've got them down here on the transducer. They're going to be down in the water. The last thing I need is a bunch of zip ties catching on Drilla. You know what I mean? That's a big problem, dude. That's not something you want to deal with because then your zip ties are caught up. You got Drilla hanging off the zip ties. That's kind of aggravating in its own. Yeah, I'm really excited though. This is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. We're going to go out and turn this bad boy on. I'm just waiting for the batteries, and we're gonna kill it. Like today's gonna be different. This is gonna make all the difference. I'm telling you right now. So I'm waiting on the batteries, guys. I'm gonna jump on the lake in just a few minutes, like literally like 20, 25 minutes from now, we'll be live on the lake because I've got to get the boat loaded up. I got to make sure the dog goes out, and then I got to go over there and make this happen. So you guys know how far the lake is from the house. That's going to be the issue. It's not that it's far. It's really not far. It's 100 yards, but there's like 4,000 people on our lake today. We've got 24 volt, John, 24 volt Minn Kota Fortrex, 80-pound thrust. I just showed these guys the big wiring harness I built, man. I got a big wiring harness I put together, man. It's really nice, dude. Really nice. Oh, and I picked up another big battery today. That's going to crush the starter on this thing. I don't have to worry about the starter, and it's got a big backup reserve. Should be a 24. It's a 24. Yeah, no, it's definitely a 24. And I put the 60 amp circuit breaker in there. I put everything in there, John. John, you weren't here yesterday, man. Look what else we put on yesterday. We put on a nice big Helix 7, John, with the RAM mount. That's all set up, man. We just got done. We had to put the last. I dropped the nut yesterday, John. Oh God, everybody was making fun of me. I'm like, we're all done. They're like, no, you're not. No, you're not. So on the way home today, I had to stop at Ace Hardware buy one nut, and it sat in my pocket all day. I almost like 24 volt 80. So this is going to be, I'll be able to move, bud. I'm going to tell you right now, if there's places that I need to go, we're going to get there. There's no doubt in my mind. And like I said, I've got the motor all the way down right now. So that's its lowest position. So once I come up, deploy right now. So once I pull it up a little bit and I make the adjustments and everything that needs to be done, this is gonna be sweet, man. This is gonna be deaf. And I got the 52. I went with Kenny's suggestion on the 52 because pull the trolling motor up a little bit. Like that's not a big deal. What is a big deal is when the trolling motor's out of the water because the wind's blowing 65 miles an hour. You know what I mean? Yeah, up and down is key in the grass. Yep, you know what I'm talking about. Gonna be able to zoom right past Outlaw. No, just in, maybe my trolling motor will be faster than his, but his motor's tuned. Like it's a rough start, but once he's going, he's off, dude. He's off. There's no catching him. We got motor work coming up here shortly, guys. Don't think for a second I haven't remembered that we've got motor work. We have got motor work coming. We got some things, we got some reeds. We're gonna do some interesting stuff here shortly. We rebuilt the foot. You guys were there for the water pump. I did the foot when you guys weren't there. I did the trailer axle when you guys weren't there. I had to put 2 new hubs on the trailer axle. That got, yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe now we're better. We're gonna find out. Don't turn it on unless it's in the water. So I don't want to do. All of it was directions oriented. I keep getting this drop signal. That must be a signal, guys. Listen, thanks, man. Lake life, you know what I'm talking about, bud. This is rough, dude. There's a lot on. I'm dropping in and out because I'm in the front yard and I keep turning the Wi-Fi off and then it keeps turning itself back on because of, all right. Last time, dropping in and out. I know. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. Okay, listen. I'll see you guys in a little bit. We're going to be live from the water, possibly 30 minutes. So let me finish up these batteries and I'll catch you guys in a bit. See ya.